A major push is underway to get Governor Pat McCrory and state lawmakers to reverse their decision on Medicaid expansion. North Carolina is among 26 states that didn't expand the program that provides health insurance to the poor and disabled. But as NBC Charlotte's Bor Kim reports now, the governor says he may be forced to, like it or not.
It starts tonight.
The governor maintains his position. No expansion to Medicaid until costs can be controlled. This week, however, he hinted new federal regulations may force him to reverse that call. But it's what the state's estimated 1.5 million uninsured desperately want.
I was making too much money, so they denied me.
Right now, I don't have a job, so I can't afford nothing.
Although half will be eligible for the federal subsidies intended to make insurance affordable at the health care exchange, an estimated 500,000 fall somewhere in the middle. The federal overhaul mandated this group to be covered under the expanded Medicaid, except North Carolina opted out. McCrory now says this new regulation involving preemptive eligibility will adversely affect the Medicaid budget because when hospitals are given expanded ability to presume some uninsured patients qualify for Medicaid, the state would still have to pay out, even temporarily, and would not be able to recoup the loss. Adam Linkler, policy analyst for the Healthcare Access Coalition, believes it's not a matter of if the state expands Medicaid, but when.
The longer we wait, the more we're giving money to other states instead of using it to boost our own economy, help our hospitals, and help our own people here in North Carolina.
McCrory says expanding Medicaid requires added costs that the state just cannot afford right now. Mecklenburg County commissioners are among many now passing resolutions asking the General Assembly to reconsider.
It was a decision by Governor McCrory and the legislature, and they can change that decision at any time. So we absolutely have to keep up pressure, and they need to hear the stories of the people who are left out.
Bor Kim, NBC Charlotte.
Well, let's talk about this. What are the chances the governor is going to reverse course on this, then state legislature?
I guess the first point, of course, is that the governor is incorrect about being forced into this. That's the first point we need to make. But secondly, I kind of wonder if this is a trial balloon, if by saying that, you know, he's being forced into this, this is a way to sort of correct a, to correct a mistake. You know, most people think that this is a good idea financially, pragmatically, and then morally, I think, in a lot of ways. So I do think it will be reversed.
They did change directions in Ohio, we should point out here.
And it is the right thing to do. I mean, we're not asking Governor McCrory to do anything that other Republican governors have not had the compassionate courage and good economic sense to do. You know, left-wing liberals like John Kasich of Ohio, yeah, right, or Jan Brewer of Arizona have seen the benefit and the smartness, if you will, of getting billions of dollars to come into the state so that doctors and hospitals, particularly in rural areas, can get paid.
This is a condition, an issue near and dear to your heart. You've dealt with a condition that's impacted your life, and
I serve on the National Multiple Sclerosis Society State Advisory Council, and it's a national board that sort of helps advise local chapters in their various regions on state issues. And this is where a lot of healthcare issues occur in state legislatures. Between the expansion of Medicaid and also the establishment of the state exchanges, the point should be made that while there's clearly all kinds of problems with the national federal exchange, states that decided to establish their own local exchanges are actually doing pretty well, and people are signing up in droves and doing it
Kentucky, for example.
Doing it successfully.
Yeah.
Right. And we missed out on that opportunity in addition to expanding Medicaid.
When we talk about it, it's not a question of, you know, if, but when this is going to happen. I mean, do you realistically think that this is going to happen?
Well, I mean, I guess I do, because why else is he saying this at the Heritage Foundation? I mean, you know, I don't think that's the place you go and broach this topic. Right, yeah.
Particularly in terms of the Heritage Foundation, Jim DeMint, and the power that he is bringing to a lot of races. You know, 2016 is not that far off, and he's got to shore up his credentials.
And to couch it, and I think the way you do it is you couch it with a group of your most conservative supporters and say, hey, it's not something I want to do, it's something that I have to do. That's the way you get it through.
From a political insider's game, I mean, this really is going to bring up the question, who really does rule in Raleigh? Because, you know, you have the governor, but you also have the General Assembly, and the supermajorities in both houses are are not very fond at all of this move.
In Ohio, they found a sort of a political maneuver here in order to push it through. I don't know if that exists here in North Carolina, but certainly it's up to the legislature at this point.
Yeah, and I think that will be yet another very interesting intra-party conversation, and we've had so many of those. But clearly, it seems like the governor is pointing in that direction.
All right. Well, the pastor of the president's gears up for a 95th birthday bash with some prominent political leaders when FlashPoint continues.